Hi there. I want to talk about something that I've never, during all these years I've been saved since '94, I've never heard anyone preach about it from the pulpit or teach about it throughout. They might have mentioned it a little bit, like, but they don't want to touch it, go deep into it. Okay, but I'm going to speak about Satan. I'm going to speak about demons. I'm going to speak about hell. Well, why don't people want to talk about this? Well, of course, it's disturbing. Oh, we don't want to talk about it because in the old days they did nothing but talk about the devil, but brimstone and hell, and we don't want to scare people with it. Yeah. Well, so now we have a situation actually where many Christians don't even believe there is a devil. They don't believe there is a hell. They don't believe God will throw anyone in hell. And this is perfect also for the devil. Perfect for the enemy, that we don't talk about it. And perfect if we don't even actually believe. If there's a war, what would the actually perfect thing be? If you didn't believe there actually is an enemy. But even if you don't know anything about the enemy, you don't know about the tactics, you don't know how they think, how they work, what's going on, the less you know, the better for the enemy. Okay? So that's why I'm saying you better know who the devil is. You better know what hell is. You better know what demons are. Okay? So who is Satan? Who is Satan? Well, first of all, his name is not Satan. That's his title. That means he's a prosecutor. He's an accuser. But also he's got other titles like the father of the lie, the lord of the flies, and so on. But let's go to the Bible. Ezekiel 28. Let me find it here. We start with Isaiah 14. Let's see. Isaiah 14. I'm gonna try. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Sorry, this is a very old English translation. I forgot to change, but I have to. Okay, we start from Isaiah 14, verse 12. Oh, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And let's go to Ezekiel 28. Come on. Ezekiel 28 and... where'd it go? Verse 13. Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone has thy covering, the sardius, topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle, and gold. The workmanship of thy tabrets and thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou wast created. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of God. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee. So, the Lucifer, the morning star, that was his name, an angel. He was an angel in heaven. He was created by God, like everything else is created. And he was a cherub, a guardian angel. And, well, how did they look like? We don't really know, but they had wings anyway. But the Bible teaches that he had ambition. God has given him a job, a position, but Lucifer got this desire. He wanted to be something else. He wanted to be more. He wanted to be exalted and lifted high, and he wanted to be, oh, look at me. You understand? So that's Bible teaches that he caused a rebellion in heaven, and he got one third of the angels with him, and together they rebelled. But God and Gabriel, the other archangels, they fought and they overcame them, and they threw them down from heaven. So they're thrown down, and here they are fallen angels, the Bible teaches. But then there's another question. We know that Satan was in the Garden of Eden, and he tricked Eve, which tricked Adam. So the question is now, when did this rebellion occur in heaven? Was it before God created Adam and Eve, or was it after? Well, if was it before, then I wonder how on earth did Lucifer get access to get into the Garden of Eden? If I would have been God, I would have sent like a legion or two to guard the garden, surround the garden, and protect Adam and Eve, protect the garden. But apparently that was not the case. But if we read now again, Ezekiel 28, thou hast been in the garden of God, every precious stone. He was in the garden, on the holy mountain of God, apparently in the garden still. He was perfect in all his ways until iniquity was found in him. So he was in the garden before iniquity was found in him. He was in garden, he was a cherub, he was a guardian angel. As far as I can understand from the text, he was a guardian angel in Eden. He was there. We know when Adam and Eve had fallen, God drove them out of Eden. He put two cherubs with a flaming sword to guard the entrance, so nobody could get in and get access to the tree of life. So this is my, okay, I'm not making a theology of this. This is my logical thinking, what went down here, okay? We know through the Bible that Satan, so as we said, he had ambition. He wanted to be exalted. He wanted perhaps, actually get over God. Above. All right. But then God created man. And the Bible teaches that the man is the image, he made us in the image of him. The man is God's the crown, crown jewel of the creation. That's what's been taught in all history in Christianity, that the man has that place, special place. We are God's children, created in his image. It doesn't say in the Bible that God created the angels in his image, but he created us. So what happened here? And first of all, we have to make one thing clear also, that since we are created, but God gave us one precious gift, it was the gift of free will. So obviously also the angels has the free will. Otherwise, Satan couldn't have rebelled against God. Where would he get that will from if he didn't have a free will to obey God? Okay, but since God decided he was going to create man, now let's think of what is going on here. Here we have then Lucifer with his ambition. He wants to be. All right, yeah. And that's not a news. We've seen that many times in life, people with ambition, they have, I want to have that position. Then someone else comes and what happens? So here we have Satan with his ambition. He wants to have a position, but God comes and says, I'm going to create man, and they're going to be my children. They're going to inherit my kingdom. We're going to inherit God's kingdom, and Satan thought he's going to inherit God's kingdom. Most likely. All right? Are you getting the picture now? So what happens? Satan saw that and he was filled with envy. This envy turned into hate. If one can't control and get control of the envy and so Satan was turned into hate, and he hated God, and he wanted to sabotage everything. So he probably somehow started, if he's before or then already, if he had already started with his conspiracy theories among some angels, but now what would be the best thing for him now? What would be like the golden prize? Yeah, if he could turn the man against God. If he could turn Adam and Eve against God. And we know what happened. He did succeed. He managed. So, the rest we know, okay? So, that's what I believe happened. That's the most logical thing. Why would otherwise God let him into the garden? Doesn't make sense. So, anyhow, so there was a rebellion, and the third of the angels were kicked out of heaven and down on earth. And Satan is now the Lord of earth. He's the Lord here, but he doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the power. Yes, the Lord, the man loves Satan. They listen to Satan and his lies, but in himself, Satan has no power. We're going to see about that, because we're going to remember, what does the Bible says? Who's been given all the power? It says Jesus. To Jesus, all the power in heaven and earth is given, and he's got the keys to the kingdom of death. So if Jesus has all the power, well, then doesn't leave any power left to anyone else. So Jesus doesn't have a 90, 80 or 70% of power, and the devil has like 10, 20. No, the devil has no power. He has never had any power. He's an angel created by God. It's never been a power battle between Satan and God. God is God. God who creates everything from nothing. Don't you think he could just say the word and he would have destroyed Satan? If God created everything, he can destroy it, everything. How on earth are we going to fight against God? I don't get it. So between Satan and God, there's never been between NATO and Soviet, never been this power balance. No, God has always been in power, and the only power Satan has is the one that God has let him have. We can see that clearly when we read the book of Job and the way God tested Job, and he said to Satan, you read it yourself, and he said to Satan, oh, you can do that and that and that, but you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to kill him. So what God lets Satan do, Satan could do. Otherwise, Satan couldn't have done it to Job. That is a fact. That is one thing you have to remember. First of all, Satan does not have any power if God doesn't let him have it. Satan is now, he's a dog in God's leash, in Jesus' leash. And if we compare, Jesus is the Lion of Judah and Satan is a house cat. Not even that. Okay? So, they were cast down, and what are the angels now? Are they... if we read Jude, we get this impression that it's written there that God is holding angels in prison, in chains. But does it mean that he has all the angels in chains? Well, apparently not, since the devil seems to be free on this earth. And is all the other angels in prison? We don't know. But he says that they have, maybe it is after some events God chained them. Maybe it's after this event. I don't know. That's my thinking. That actually now. But what is angel? Are they demons now? No. Let's see, what is a demon? A demon. there are demons. That's a fact, because Jesus drove demons out. The Bible speaks about demons. So demons are a reality. Demons make people sick. Demons bind them, and demons make people crazy, and all sorts of things. So, but what are demons? Well, demons obviously are souls without spirits, without bodies. The Bible makes it clear that the spirits, they go around searching for someone to possess, and they can possess a man or beasts. You can see it from when Jesus meets these demons. One demon, and he asked him, one possessed man, and he asked the demon, "What is your name?" And the demon said, "My name is Legion, because we are many." In Mark 5:9, and he drives those demons out of the man. But before he does that, the demons ask him, "Please, don't throw us. If you throw us out, throw us into the pigs, so we can enter the pigs." And so he did. He threw them out, and they entered the pigs. And the pigs ran off the cliff and died. So we can see here, the demons need a body. And Jesus takes another example. When a man gets free of a demon, and the demon goes around and to search for another, in the wilderness, to search another body. But if he doesn't find any, he goes back to the one he left. And apparently, if this man then, Jesus warns about, if you sin, don't sin again. If you've been forgiven, don't go sin. Don't do it. Don't continue, because the end will be worse for you. And so for this man who probably went sinning again, and the demon came back, the door was open again for him. Whatever he did now. So Jesus takes this example that then this demon finds his body now clean. So he goes out to find 7 other demons. He takes them and so that's what happened. 7 other, and worse, they're worse. So demons have also different kinds of levels of evilness. Bible, Jesus said he will go find 7 other that are even worse than him. So demons need a body. They don't have a body. Demons are many, because these pigs that Jesus drove them into, Bible says there were 2,000 pigs that ran off the cliff. So 2,000 demons in the man. How that works, we don't know. But so they need a body. They are evil. They are violent. They're violent because there's this one in the Bible where the two. Wait a minute, I'm gonna find it. The 2 men coming out of the tomb. They were possessed men. They were living among the tombs. And it says that they were so violent that everybody had to make a go around, because they were so violent, those men. It also says another place where a demon-possessed man, they tried to bind him with chains and everybody, he just broke through the chains and everything. Supernatural power. And they are evil. Vicious, dirty, evil, unclean. And there are many. And they are the messenger of the devil. They rule under the devil, under Lucifer, under Satan. But we know that, so they are not angels, because angels has bodies. And they were cast out of heaven with their angel bodies, and they are now fallen angels. So, but what happened then? What are demons? Where do they come from then? Well, we can read in Genesis 6. It says, I'm going to find it. And it came to pass, when man began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they choose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also flesh, yet his days shall be 120. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of man, and they bare children to them. They same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. Now we see here that the sons of God saw the daughters of men. So we are talking about two different groups. We're talking about the sons of God saw the daughters of men. It didn't say that the sons of men saw the daughters of men. It says the sons of God. So we're talking about angels. This is the angels that was fallen, that was on the earth. They saw the daughters of man, and they took wife, and they had sex with them, and they bare children. And these were a hybrid between angels and human. It was an what's it called? It was an evil thing, because this created giants. The Bible speaks about giants, a race of giants. And we know the story about David and Goliath. Goliath was a remnant of the giants. But then we know what happened then. This is in the book when Noah comes and God decided the world is so evil. He had to stop this because this has gone too far. So he decided to drown the whole world. But there was one righteous man, Noah. So God saved Noah and his family. So he drowned all the rest. But then one can wonder, if God killed all the giants, how could it be that there were giants after the flood also? Well, apparently most likely it's because this mix had been going on for a while between angels and man. They had mixed the genes. The gene pool was so mixed among them already. So, and we know Noah had his son, and his son had daughters. That's what I'm saying. They had wives. They took a wife from the people. And most likely, somewhere there, some of them must have had this gene pool in them, carrying it with them. And along the line, when they multiplied again on the earth, giants started to come. Like it does can pop up here and there. So, but where were I? So, but when God drowned the world, so now these spirits, evil spirits from the dead to these giants, these are the demons. That was something, and I believe that is the case. Nothing else makes really sense otherwise. So how come they weren't cast in hell when they died? Well, I don't know. That I don't know. I'll get back if I get an answer to that. But there are demons. That's a fact, because Jesus threw out demons. They're fallen angels. Satan is real. So, yeah. And let's talk about hell. What is hell? What is hell? The Bible speaks about hell and death, and it's also called hell is the kingdom of death, or Hades, and it speaks about the lake of fire. All right. Well, hell is a prison where those who died, who didn't believe in Jesus, didn't confess Jesus, who didn't listen to the gospel, because the Bible says, if you heard the message, the gospel, but you refused it, then you already got your judgment. You're already judged. And when you die, you'll be cast into hell. You'll be imprisoned in hell. There they are until the day of judgment, when God will judge the world. All the books will be open, and the book of life will be open. If your name is not there, then you will be come, because let's read in the Revolution. All right. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works. And listen now, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. Yeah, there you go. And Bible says that the lake of fire, it is actually prepared. That's why it is, because it was prepared for the devil and his angels. That's the main reason for the lake of fire. But here it says that also that day, one day when the final judgment comes, death and hell will be thrown into the lake of fire. And after that, there will be no more death and hell. So, and interesting here, it says that death gave back their, what was in, okay, I will study that. Let's get into that someday. But this is, I try to make this short. This is about Satan. This is about the demons. This is about hell. Okay?